Here. It is a little after 7 o'clock. We will read the open public meeting statement by our Borough Clerk, Kathleen Holmes.
This meeting was called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was sent to the local Source Union, New Jersey, the Hawk, Westfield, New Jersey, the Courier News, Bridgewater, New Jersey, the Star Ledger, Newark, New Jersey, and the Alternate Press, tapinto.net. In addition, copies of this notice were posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building and filed in the office of the Borough Clerk. Notices on the bulletin board have remained continuously posted. Proper notice haven't been given, and the Borough Clerk is directed to include this statement in the minutes of this meeting.
All right, thank you. For those that are here, would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we would ask for a moment of silence for your intentions. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to do a roll call, please.
Sure. Jeffrey Banks. Gina Berry.
Here.
Anthony Carter. Aaron McRoy Barker. Catherine Mitchell.
Here.
Patricia Walsh.
Here.
Mayor Moore.
All right, here. And I want to welcome again Councilwoman Gina Berry here for your very first full meeting after our reorganization meeting of earlier this month, of which she was sworn in. We look forward to a productive year with you. All right, so I have presentations, appointments, and announcements. So I think I'll do the swearing-ins first. So everything's over there?
The three people that are here,
they're so awesome. So the backbone of a lot of what we do here in our small town is done on our boards and commissions, which individuals that live in town get appointed. And it really, the work that they do day in and day out, often really unseen, is very important to the actual runnings of the borough. So I am very happy that tonight we have a few of our residents that are going to be sworn in. So for those who are sworn in, would you please come forward?
Is there a pen there, Mayor?
Okay. Just go give her. Happy New Year.
Just got one more. I usually try and put one there.
Okay, so it's over here. Money picture. The money picture, right? Thank you. Okay. I will put your hands on the Bible. Raise your hand right in. And repeat after me, Billy. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
Did you document that?
I sent
And
it
that I will
all.
bear true faith and allegiance to the same, true faith and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. And I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of a member of the Environmental Commission according to the best of my ability. Congratulations! So while I have you here, I'm going to just ask you, because we don't get to see you all here at this meeting, so maybe just talk a little bit about the Environmental Commission and maybe some of the stuff that's on your radar.
Sure. Thanks for having us here this evening. We were pretty active in the last few years with trying to educate the public about gardens in town, including native plantings. We were also doing some work in the Nature Center, which is under the care of the Environmental Commission. This year we hope to do several Eagle Scout projects in the Nature Center, including some boardwalk rebuilding. And we also have another Eagle Scout project we're hoping to do at Borough Hall, which involves educational materials and installation of some native plant signs around the gardens. But we're looking forward to a very successful year. We think we have at least one new volunteer on the commission, who will be joining us on Thursday.
Is that Andrea?
No, it is somebody named Suzanne.
Okay.
She reached out to Pat today.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, we did have, yeah,
So
some,
I invited her to the meeting, and she's available, so.
good.
But we did add a new member last year, Andrea, as Mayor Marr mentioned, who's been fantastic, very go-getter, and, you know, it's nice to no longer be the new person on the commission, even though this will be my 15th year in the commission. But, again, thanks for having us.
Well,
and,
no, thank you.
Oh, yeah. So Sandy, you guys might have read in the weekly e-blast, thanks Tom for sending that out, but the Environmental Commission, led by Sandy Redder and Margaret Chowdhury, had a workshop in the Carriage House last week on, was it Thursday? Where they taught people how to do winter sowing, which is a technique where you can start your plants outdoors in the winter from using your natural environment, recycled materials, things like milk containers and other types of plastic containers. Very well attended. I was very impressed the number of people that came out.
So you struck a chord.
Yeah, and,
right? You struck a chord.
We never know who we reach in the weekly e-blast and the other means, but all the way up until the day of the workshop, there was people reaching out to attend it. So
that means you got to do another one.
I was just going to say, are you doing another one?
We also got, we got the names of a lot of other people who will be helpers to us doing our work.
We find that the e-blast, and I think Tom can vouch for this, right? We have a couple thousand people. Yeah, unique email addresses, and we have an exceptionally high open rate with it. So people do read it, and I think just feel free to use it. And if there's pictures that you have from that day that you want us to maybe put in, it would be another way to kind of talk about the Environmental Commission and any volunteers that they can sign up. Please do that.
We're fortunate to be able to do a lot in town and do a lot of educational things with the knowledge of our team and being able to reach out to others as well. But on some of the bigger things we hope to happen this year in the Nature Center include some of the work that under the Green Acres grant and Tony is helping us with, including bridge work and some of the paths that we're restoring.
And we're moving forward with that, right?
Yeah, we're going out to bid.
We're behind the scenes. We're pushing. We're pushing.
Thanks very much.
No, thank you very much, and thank you for everything you do. If you guys can just sign that before you leave and then give it to Kathleen, that would be greatly appreciated. Moving on, we have a proclamation, which I know that several of our council people were able to attend yesterday, our day of service. I was under the weather, so I was not able to. And that's an annual event that actually is really done by, strong women from our community that have put this on. So
And I did mention that.
good, good.
I mentioned them that they were specifically from Fanwood, and all of them from Kempsville Parish.
Yep. She did mention
Was
it
all
quite a
one.
bit.
I did get our tips.
The proclamation for Martin Luther King was read into the record there.
Well, not the whole thing.
Right.
Paraphrased, yes.
Thank you. And we also have a proclamation that acknowledged that the 17th is a National Day of Racial Healing. And we are fortunate here to also have our Truth and Racial Healing Committee, which is made up of representatives of Scotch Plains, Fanwood, and the Board of Ed. And we have racial healing circles that have been quite successful through, I think, the JCCs, and some of our religious organizations have taken a nice stab at that, which we appreciate. There's a bunch of appointments here that we did some here tonight, but I want to have them kind of moved as noted. So can I have a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So I know that there was planning board appointments. Did they, with Pat?
She did not give them to me yet, no.
She didn't?
Nope.
She didn't give you that? Okay. She didn't talk to you today?
She did talk to me, but she didn't say anything about planning board.
Okay. All right, well, I think I'm going to have to make a motion here to, all right, I got to get the names and I got to move them before the meeting ends because
I'll text her right
there's a meeting later. We have, let's see, one piece of correspondence.
Yes.
Okay, which is a nice New Year's message from our Assemblywoman Linda Carter. As you know, we live in the 22nd district here, represented by Senator Nick Scutari, Assemblywoman Linda Carter, and Assemblyman Jim Kennedy. And they want to commend us for our commitment to serve the residents of Fanwood, and that they look forward to supporting us as we move forward in the new year. So it was very nice of them. At this point, I'd like to have a motion to open the meeting to the public. These comments on agenda items. I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I'd like to call forward any members of the public that wish to come forward to make a comment, statement. Seeing that there isn't anyone here in person, do we have anybody on Facebook, Russ?
No, there's no comments or
All right.
questions on this.
Thank you. So with that, I'd like to have a motion to close the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we will move several minutes of meetings that we had. The first was our December 5th, 2022 work session meeting, and then our regular meeting of December 19th, 2022. The council has been given minutes of those meetings. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, they move. Moving on, under resolutions, I will turn it over this year. Administration and Finance will be chaired by Councilman Anthony Carter. Councilman Carter.
Thank you. So we'll begin with Resolution 2023-01-30, authorizing the payment of claims for January 2023.
Okay, so I have a motion on that to move in payment of claims for the month. May I have a second?
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Anthony Carter,
Affirm.
Gina Berry,
Yeah.
Catherine Mitchell,
Yes.
Patricia Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, I move Resolution 2023-01-31, accepting the monthly tax collection report for December 2022.
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Anthony Carter,
Affirm.
Gina Berry,
Yes.
Catherine Mitchell,
Yes.
Patricia Walsh.
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 2023-01-32, authorizing a reimbursement of a tax overpayment to 54 4th Street in the amount of $914.09.
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Anthony Carter,
Affirm.
Gina Berry,
Yes.
Catherine Mitchell,
Yes.
Patricia Walsh.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have Resolution 2023-01-33,
Mayor, through you, there in the resolution in our packet, the delegates for the Union County
Oh, right.
Transportation
Yep.
Advisory Board.
Yeah, that was going to change. That was a late.
Yes,
yeah.
that's a late change, so it's going to be Antonius as the delegate and myself as the alternate.
Yes.
So, Council Chair of A&F, would you please make a motion to amend the resolution accordingly?
okay, so I'll make a motion
I just threw us in there.
to amend the resolution of appointments. Accordingly.
Second.
All right.
Voice vote.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Did I hear you?
Aye.
Thank you. There's not many voices here tonight, so I gotta make sure that they get heard. Yeah, you know what I mean, like being picked up at home, right? Yeah, yeah.
So with that,
Hold on. Okay, so we're on
Well,
0134?
We amended it, but we
well, we
didn't.
still have to move it.
Yes,
Oh.
please move it as amended.
Oh, okay, so then.
So with that,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll move Resolution 2023-01-33 and show that it has been amended to have the delegate as
Antonius
Antonius Panagopoulos and the alternate as
Raina Harris.
You just
Raina
like saying his name.
Harris.
All right, I have a motion, may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you for serving on that. Next.
Next, we have Resolution 2023-01-34, appointing a borough representative to the Bergen Municipal Employee Benefit Fund.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You got one more, Anthony?
Okay. Colleen Hume and Raina Harris.
Yes.
So Colleen Hume will be the commissioner, and Raina Harris will be the alternate fund commissioner to the board. All right, next we have Resolution 2023-01-35, approving a professional services contract for the provision of general library insurance risk manager for the year 2023.
Second.
That will be Acrisure LLC, doing business as Reliance Insurance
The
Group.
one that talks about planning board. Okay. Give her a call. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, moving on, under historic.
Anthony, did you do 34?
Yes.
Yes.
You did, I'm sorry, I missed it.
That was 34.
No, 34
I'm sorry, that
was,
was 34 was the Bergen Municipal Employees, which was
Colleen.
Colleen Hume.
Okay,
and
sorry.
Raina.
Thank you.
And then 35
35 professional services.
for a risk
general
manager.
library
Okay,
risk management,
thanks.
and I listed
So it's,
the
that should just say general liability. It's like library.
No.
Okay, moving on under historic preservation, we have two items under which Councilwoman Patricia Walsh will move.
Thank you. I move Resolution 2023-01-36, authorizing the borough to reject bids for the restoration of the Fanwood Carriage House roof project pursuant to the New Jersey Public Contracts Law, and that is basically because the bid responses came in at a lower price than the amount budgeted for the project.
We are adding, we're adding work.
I'm sorry, did you just say that they came in lower?
The bids came in at a price lower than the amount budgeted.
Yes. So we were able to add more work into the contract.
So the specifications will be revised to include the additional work.
And that's the reason for the rejection?
Well, the reason is, yeah, to substantially revise these specifications, yes, that's a valid reason under law.
That's it, that's what I needed to get in, because it didn't really make sense to me the other way you were saying it.
Thank you.
We still need a second.
We need a second.
Second.
I have a second. Let's do a roll call vote, please, since we're rejecting bids.
Anthony Carter?
Affirm.
Gina Berry?
Yes.
Catherine Mitchell?
Yes.
Patricia Walsh?
Yes. I move resolution number 2023-01-37, authorizing the borough to enter into a grant agreement with the Preserve New Jersey Historic Preservation Fund, administered by the New Jersey Historic Trust.
Second.
Yeah. I would like just to add that we agree to allot 25% matching funds in the amount of $25,000
37.
for the Fanwood Railroad Station Complex
Is
project.
37 in there?
Yes. Yes.
Do you have another
For the
37?
design of the preparation of plans for the train station upgrades.
Thank you. I'm sorry, say that again?
It's for the preparation of plans and specs for the upgrades to the
Railroad.
train station building. It's a grant, we got a $75,000 grant, which is a 25% match, so we it's a $100,000 project.
Oh, this is accepting the grant.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Thank you. I was like,
I'm sorry.
what? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then we have an architect assigned to this?
DiBiase,
Yes.
Seminara, has been helping us.
Right.
Pretty much, at contract so far, so.
So we're going to get a proposal from them?
We have a proposal, and I'm expecting to hopefully award it next month.
Okay.
So we can start the work.
Awesome. Thank you.
And let me just add that after this phase, next year, so April 2024, we'll go and get another grant to actually do the work. So that's going to be a good amount of money too.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Did we vote on that?
Yes, we're good.
Thank you.
We're up to public safety.
Under public safety,
Yes. I move Resolution 2023-01-38. This is really an extension of our agreement authorizing a shared service agreement with the County of Union for dispatching services at a fee not to exceed $94,201.34 for the first year, with a subsequent 2% increase each additional year for the remaining 9 years of the 10-year term.
but the budget, but the agreement wasn't, it wasn't up.
No.
So just remind me whether why we're doing this?
It extends it out for effectively for another 4 years. So if you're happy with the service, which I.
But, so they approached us?
Yes.
Yes.
I think the director has.
Mayor, the Union County has applied for a public safety answering point grant, and in order to qualify for the grant, which gives us some free equipment in the way of radios, they needed our dispatch agreement to mirror the grant application period. The terms of the agreement, including any opt-outs, don't change, just extended it by a couple of years in order to have everything lined up, and we get some free equipment out of it, so it's.
So these are like radios for an upgraded, like,
New portable radios, yes.
right,
We don't use in-car radios here, it's all portable radios,
right.
so it gives us some free equipment.
How many are we going to
At
get?
least half a dozen,
At least,
so we can,
at least.
and the price is right. And all we did was extend our agreement by a couple of years at the same price.
Radios go for what?
A couple thousand each.
Easy, easy.
Does that cover the rescue squad also?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I know there was a question several years back that the police radios didn't always interact with the fire department and
yeah.
the rescue squad.
I don't think that's an issue.
I think that has been resolved.
Okay, thank you.
So, yeah, so our 2019 agreement and this is the same in every aspect.
It's just an extension, right.
For 4 years.
Right, okay, okay.
Well, we need a second.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Anthony Carter?
Affirm.
Gina Berry?
Yes.
Catherine Mitchell?
Yes.
Patricia Walsh?
Yes. I move Resolution 2023-01-39, authorizing a step increase as per collective bargaining agreement with the Fanwood Police Department for Sergeant Kevin Stomber to Sergeant Step 3, effective January 5th, 2023.
Second.
May I have a roll call, please?
Anthony Carter?
Affirm.
Gina Berry?
Yes.
Catherine Mitchell?
Yes.
Patricia Walsh?
Yes.
All right, thank you. That ends our, the work that we have here to do. It's a light agenda as it's the beginning of the year. We will move on to our standing committee reports. I'll start with Councilman Anthony Carter, who's the Chair of Administration and Finance.
Thank you.
Oh, I got to do those appointments, don't let me forget.
You want to do appointments first?
Yeah, maybe I will. I need to, there was a couple appointments. I don't know how to open your phone again. There was a couple appointments for the planning board that we just need to make.
You don't know her password?
Yeah, exactly. If I could get in there and do this, you'd all should be worried. There was a couple more appointments that we have to make to our planning board. They have a meeting, which I think is coming up next week.
There's a agenda meeting tomorrow
There-
and the regular meeting is the week after. I don't know if we're having a meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you want me or Kathleen to read them into the?
Oh, yeah, why don't you just read them into the record?
the Planning Board. Class 3 Council Representative Anthony Carter for a one-year term expiring 12/31/23.
Really?
Amy Hamel, Class 4, expiration 12/31/26. Matt Jukes, Class 4, expiration 12/31/26. Whitney Chelnick, Class 4, alternate 1, expiration 12/31/24. Leslie Speck, Class 4, alternate number 2, expiration 12/31/24. Damian Warbeck, alternate number 3, expiration 12/31/24. Jean Rosen, Class 4, alternate number 4, expiration 12/31/24.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve those individuals representing the planning board as noted?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. They will get sworn in at our next meeting or the regular meeting, depending on. All right, then, I'm sorry, Councilman Carter, the floor is yours.
All right, so this year's A&F committee consists of myself as the chair with fellow council members, Kathy Mitchell to my right, and Patricia Walsh, who will be serving and doing our best to be fiduciarily responsible to our citizens of Fanwood for the upcoming year. We had our first administration and finance meeting this past Monday, January 9th, and it was primarily based on conversation surrounding our changeover to our HIF plan for reasons that have been duly noted and stated last year. In November 21st meeting, we decided to, or we voted to, opt out of the state's plan for reasons that are now well healed, and also voted to move into the Bergen HIF. And with that, there were substantial amounts of transformation that had to take place from our existing plan. More specifically, with our 31, I believe, retirees who are retired and living all over the place. So between Colleen Hume, Raina Harris, and our staff, they were able to track down each of them, yes, each of our retirees, and be assured that they were able to transition over and make the selections from the existing state plan over into our new HIF. So as we stand today, we're in a comfortable position with each of those. And of our current employees, they were able to attend, I'm going to say there were 10 sessions in person and Zoom over the last week, where they were able to come in either to the carriage house, where they were given information from our carriers. I believe it's Lisa and Jackie were there to represent our new carriers. And how'd it go, Raina?
Very well, well attended.
All right, so we're comfortable that all of our current employees also are all up and running, and
It's going to be an automatic carryover for current employees, so yes, confident that we should be fine for a February 1st start date.
okay, there it is. And then going forward in A&F, on the administration side, we're going to look to, I'm going to say, put some processes in place where we can help bolster our staff throughout the year through evaluation, through assessment, to be assured that they're all being properly supported and directed, and that we're here to do what we can to make sure they're successful as well. And then, of course, we have our budget, our yearly budget, and we'll have focus on that for the next 3 months, and we'll do our best to hit whatever dates they have in place for introduction and then for budget adoption.
Okay.
We're going to meet again on Thursday, this coming Thursday, I believe.
The 26th.
On Thursday, the 26th, we'll meet again.
Okay, thank you.
Conclude the report. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we have Public Safety. Councilwoman Walsh.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So first, for public safety, we have myself as chair. We welcome Gina and Erin. We will have our first meeting on Friday, this Friday, the 17th. I have the report for December, the monthly summary. The department handled 892 calls for service. That's about 28 per day. 111 traffic enforcement details and 240 building security checks. The officers conducted 43 park and walk details, as well as responding to 35 medical calls and 35 fire and burglar alarms. During the month, 175 vehicles were stopped for traffic violations, resulting in a total of 122 summonses being issued, 112 for moving violations, 10 for parking. The officers continued to attend training classes, 6 different ones this month, and there were 3 adult arrests during the month. I also would like to point out that I think every member and the mayor received the annual report from the police department. I'd like to thank them so much for hand-delivering them to us all. Some of the highlights from 2022 were that the Fanwood Police Department continued to update and write general orders and policies. They were instrumental in a lot of community engagements, the Easter Bunny, just there's too many to list, actually. Some highlights, happy highlights, we had 1 officer married, 1 got engaged, and 1 had a baby, so that's
Nice.
lovely. We will continue with raising the bar and striving towards reaching some goals, general goals, training goals, community policing goals. And then I just wanted to point out that we have some really great pictures of all of the different events that the police department were involved in. And we thank them again for all of their help and participation in all these different events.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, so thank you very much for that. I think that was it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on, under Public Works, Councilwoman Kathy Mitchell.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
I have a report.
We will.
Not too much has occurred. We did have a seniors meeting last Monday. I was not able to attend, but thanks to our senior coordinator, Kathleen Holmes, she was able to obtain a speaker, a former FBI agent who spoke to the seniors about senior fraud. And apparently, from what I have heard from people, it was very well attended, very well received, and apparently a lot of questions were asked. So thank you, Kathleen, for doing that. Let me see, the Shade Tree met last week, and basically, that was basically just a reorganization of the officers of that, of the Shade Tree Commission. And apparently, we have a new member. Her name is Kim. So she will be attending our next meeting, which will be the 2nd Tuesday in February. So we welcome her. And let me see, now we do have a report from Clint Dixon, who is our Department of Public Works Supervisor. They're in the process now of picking up Christmas trees. I haven't, last week I saw a lot around today. This week, thus far, I haven't seen many, so.
I gotta put my tree out?
Get your tree out if.
I did today.
It needs to come out, I guess. And they're going to begin the winter brush program, and when that is over, they ask you, please do not put out any more brush until the regularly scheduled brush season in April. Also, it's the time of year when there's always the possibility of snow, so if they're forecasting snow, please get your car off the street so that they can plow, or you get plowed in. It's that simple. They've done some pothole repairs, particularly on Hetfield Avenue Bridge. That was a biggie. They're going around town and taking down all of the Christmas decorations. And let me see, the recycling center will be open on February 4th from 8 to 11. And here again, it is self-service drop-off. And you can also bring your plastic bags there. As stated back in December, we are partnering with the county who are recycling plastic bags, and they'll eventually be made into benches, things like that. But you can also drop them off at the Public Works Department, but they ask that you at least please call before you go to make sure somebody is there. And I think that's it, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. While Councilman Banks is not here, I think Councilman Walsh has an update on some of his assignments.
Yes, I have Jeff's report from the library meeting. One of the things that was discussed was to figure out how the billing process works for the library. They said they were seeing costs for items at the end of the year, and I think that was resolved, that there will be now a monthly balance sheet sent to them, not yearly, and that way, if they have any questions, they can contact Raina or Trish directly. They talked a bit about their foundation, about creating a new website with a logo, and they agreed that a council member will be on the foundation. One big question was the new HVAC system regarding the heat and the air conditioning, and they're not sure who's paying for that. So they had a question about that. And that was pretty much it.
All right, so
For the
you'll
library.
follow up with them.
As far as payment goes, Trish is not here, so.
Right.
I don't know what to talk
I mean, I'm saying the collective over there,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, for her first rollout.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Well, I guess I'm the chair for Health and Community Services. We had a meeting scheduled for January 2nd that was postponed, so I have no report.
That was a good start.
So the meeting was postponed for February 2nd, so hopefully I'll have something then to present. But if I can go back to the public safety, I want to give a report for the fire department. We had 23 calls for assistance, including 1 motor vehicle lockout with a dog inside, 2 residential fire alarms, 2 commercial fire alarms, 5 mutual aid, 3 natural gas order, 2 hazardous material slips, 5 water conditions, 3 special details. On December 28th at 8:52 p.m., the fire department was dispatched to the block of 200 block of Tellison Road on a report of hazardous material spilled. Upon arrival, the crew found a couple of gallons of hydrogen fluid had leaked from the disabled truck. Further investigation also found oil on Pleasant Avenue and surrounding streets. Immediate mitigation was started and Union County Hazmat was dispatched. Union County Hazmat Tech deemed the area clean and safe after extensive cleanup and completed. No injuries were reported for the month of December. That's it for me.
All right, thank you. The Board of Health, I know we put 2 members on, reappointed Margaret and John. The list is not, I don't have the list here. For some reason, it's not in here.
You know what?
I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anybody. I don't know.
There was 3 members for the Board of Health. Margaret
I only have 2 on the,
John
and John, that was it. Yo, there's 3, and Robert Lumbach, the new one.
There's 3 on here.
Margaret
Oh,
Lewis, John
you're
Archie,
right.
and Robert Lumbach.
I'm sorry. Okay, just wanted to make sure, because I know that they need to do their business. Okay. All right.
Mayor, if I could add something about the library, which I forgot.
Yes.
I just wanted to mention that I think Antonio's, DPW, and the police department are all working to figure out the parking for residents that will be using the library on the north side of the train station, so that we can designate a few spots just for them, and
Yeah.
we won't run into any problems with not having a permit for them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No unfinished business, no new business. May I have a motion to open the meeting to the public for the second and last time?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to call forward any members of the public who make a general comment on any item. Please state your name and address for the record, please.
Michael Lewis, 41 Beach Avenue in Fanwood, and through the mayor to whoever can answer the question. Back in October, I had a question about what was Sheelan's Fish Market and how they had to go back in August to ask for permission for things that they were already grandfathered in to do. And what they were asking for was actually less than they were allowed to do. And I asked what was going on, and I was told that they had chopped down some trees or something and they had to replant them. I asked if they were allowed to do more on the property, and because of the zoning overlay, the answer was yes, but there was nothing pending. The trees are now gone. The area's been bulldozed, so what's going on?
Nothing more than what you see. So what we saw is that they removed the trees. There was an issue with how they removed the trees, which brought them back to the planning board, in which they had at least, I think it was 2 meetings that it took to kind of work through what we considered violations, of which there was a resolution to those violations, which there will be replanting of certain trees that go along the back, certain trees that go along the front. I think there was issues with the garbage enclosures, both of that. Shortly after the planning board meeting is when Shillings Crossing closed at that location and then moved over to the restaurant. As far as we know, there are no other plans. I think that there is a possible lease agreement being talked about of another use, similar use, food establishment use, to go in there
So they chopped them down.
without the right
replanted
permits.
them,
No, they
and
didn't.
they chopped them down again?
No, they never
No,
replanted.
no, they didn't replant.
Nothing was ever replanted.
It's the winter, so you can't really replant now anyway.
So they are going to replant at some point?
Correct.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Mayor, I don't see any questions or comments on Facebook.
All right, thank you.
After I see this.
Okay, thank you. Is there anything? Jeffrey? Okay. So with that, may I have a motion to close the meeting to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're going to go into executive session. I think I have a resolution here. We are not going to be taking any action. We're coming out to expressly adjourn. I believe we are going in under, I lost my form, but I think negotiations and maybe some potential litigation. I'm not sure.
Yes, it should be potential litigation and attorney-client.
An attorney-client privilege. So may I have a motion to go into executive session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I want to wish you a good night for all of those that have tuned in. We will be going into executive session. When we come out, we will be expressly adjourning.